While we're right here at the White Stallion Lodge, why don't we go check out Rockmilk Cave real quick? I remember this being like my personal loot drop. You could come back here every few days and just basically farm for high dollar stuff. I remember the equipment that the enemies drop here basically scales to you like anywhere else in the game, and there's just a lot of enemies. Plus, there's basically a guarantee of a few enchanted items if you're looking for... I remember one shield dropping there all the time. I think it was called the Mirror Shield, and it reflected, I think, like spells and physical damage or something like that. Oh, look, there's Mazoga.
I'm gonna go get me some black bows. Tag along if you like.
Right, you'll actually see her in Rockmilk Cave pretty often, and she will get herself killed there, too. She just goes storming in and takes on everybody. No fear. No fear with Mazoga. She's very cool like that, but she will also pay for it. I don't know. If I'm in the cave and I see Mazoga get knocked down, I usually reload. I just hate to see it happen. And then I go in there and try to protect her the best I can, so she can walk out of there scot-free. She may not be the best fighter, but at least she has heart. Anyway, they had the Mirror Shield. Also, there's a chest in here that you can basically farm if you want to. I consider that somewhat of an exploit as far as that goes, but there's like this tent, and it has I think it's a master level chest inside of it. What you can do is basically save outside the tent and walk in and look in the chest, and if you don't like what's in there, just reload and walk in the tent again. I think you just basically have to save as long as you're out of eyesight, basically. Not eyesight, but when you walk up to the door of the tent, you don't want it to say open tent. You want to stand away a little bit, because I think basically as soon as you trigger the option to open the tent, then it probably sets the items that are in the chest inside. I believe that's the case. Anyway, that's just all. That's just all little details, but definitely a place worth stopping in. And there's just a bunch of this. Basically, it's Marauders and bandits just going at it. Why? I guess because they're Marauders and bandits, and they really just don't like each other. It's a nice combination of heavy stuff and light stuff. You'll get probably several sets of glass armor here, as well as I'm hoping some Daedric stuff. That might be a bit much to ask for, but we're going to hope to at least pick up maybe... Oh, there's some boots. It's not what I'm looking for. I'll sell them. But I really need some gloves and a helmet. That's what I'm really looking for here. So I thought we'd just stop in and just take a look anyway. Kill some bandits. We could collect some black bows and take them back to the Count in Leowen. He'll give us like 100 gold apiece for them. So I guess if you collected, I don't know, 10 or 20 of them. But look at this. How about these ebony bows that are worth, what, 1,500 apiece? So there you have it. If you have enough carry weight, you can walk out of here with several grand worth of stuff. Some black bows and hopefully some stuff that you can use too. Yeah, there you go. So it's black bow bandits fighting it out with Marauders or something like that. This is almost a bit nostalgic because I used to spend time in this cave when I was looking for stuff. I was looking for loot, seeing what different items were in the game and, you know, how much money I could get and stuff like that. So I'd go wait a few days somewhere, go do some other stuff, and then come back and see what they would drop me and wound up with some good stuff. This is one place where you could find the Daedric short sword. It's not like a guaranteed drop in that chest I was talking about in that tent, but if you tried enough times, eventually one would be in there. I think you had to be at least like level 20 or so. There was a minimum level, 18 or 20, something like that. But I used to really like the Daedric short sword. I thought it was cool. I thought it was ideal. It was a little bigger than a dagger, but a little quicker than a long sword. Not quite as heavy. Didn't use much stamina to swing it. Decent damage rating, etc., etc. I liked it. It's really good for me that I'm getting some more life out of this game. Being, if not my very favorite, one of my top 2 or 3 favorite games of all time. Probably my favorite. I can say that. Fallout 3 being right up there with it, and maybe maybe Dragon Age 2. I'm serious. I still really like that game. But anyway, it's nice to be able to get some new life here and just enjoy the crap out of this. Not just recording it and sharing it with you guys. I noticed there's not a whole lot of you still around watching each one as it comes up each day. But there's some of you. Some of you guys get a few views as soon as it gets up there, and y'all leave a comment every once in a while and say hey. Probably some of the same guys that ladies too that stop in on stream and say hey every once in a while, and that's really cool. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it too. Even if it's just a couple of us, hey, it's a great game and totally worth. It's worth the time. It's amazing. 10 years later and enjoying it maybe more than when, well, I don't know if I can say that, but definitely enjoying it a lot years and years later. Couldn't tell you how many hours I put in this game already in the past, and still getting a lot out of it and learning new things. Learned a lot of new things this time. Got a lot of ideas on how to play this through again when we do stream this, which I'm actually looking forward to that too. So it's like even more life out of the game, right? This is totally rewarding me as far as that goes. Okay, it looks like she has a mostly glass. Wearing mostly glass. So we're going to get a lot of glass in here. A lot of archers. Same people having the black bows are going to be wearing a lot of glass and elven and mithril stuff. There's something to be said for a mithril set. That's actually reminds me a bit of a fancy chainmail, kind of. Has a really cool look to it. I don't think we had anything mithril-like in Skyrim. You had elven, you had glass. Wasn't a fan of the glass armor in Skyrim at all. At all. I like the glass in Oblivion. I really did. I like the glass weapons in Oblivion a bit better. I thought the glass stuff in Skyrim looked elven. You could have called it elven armor, and I'd been like, okay. It didn't, I don't know, it just didn't look like glass armor. It didn't have that glassy, that just didn't have the look. But I think they made some improvements in Skyrim on the Daedric stuff. I thought the Daedric stuff looked really cool in Skyrim. Just the vanilla Daedric stuff, not even all the modded things and what have you. I thought they did a really cool job on making it look really neat. Oh, and the ebony mail in Skyrim. Man, that's a good-looking set of armor right there. And it goes with ebony and Daedric, like gloves and boots, too. It really does. It just kind of fits everything. You can sit back and watch these people just duke it out, too. I've done that before. Just sit back and listen to them talk smack to each other. Shooting fireballs and arrows at one another and what have you. They don't want you interrupting their epic battle here either. If you do that, they'll both get hostile at you. This guy doesn't care that I'm helping him out over there. As far as he's concerned, I'm just interrupting, I guess. Yeah, nice mix of stuff. Yeah, she's got mithril and ebony. I mean, you never know what you're going to find in here. So far, only that one set of Daedric boots, which is kind of surprising. I expect some of these heavier enemies, even the battle mages like that one there, to have at least, I don't know, one piece of Daedric gear. Seems like Rockmilk's still stuck on the last tier or level of stuff. Stuff that you normally find around, I don't know, level 15 through 20. Type of thing. Seems to be stuck on that. Oh, well, that's cool. Like I say, this is as much nostalgia as anything. Just remembering coming back to this cave and listening to the bandits yell at one another and have this epic showdown and stuff is just good stuff. Surprised Mazoga hasn't caught up to us to come in here and join in. I think she was headed this way. And I think basically you see her heading back and forth. If you don't find her here, she'll be at the White Stallion Lodge or somewhere in between like she was just then. I think that's pretty much like her routine now. To kill bandits and collect black bows and be a knight errant, which is a special kind of knight as far as she's concerned. And we'll just let her go with that. Okay, now this door right here, there should be a boss or two. And these guys, without exception, are pretty much guaranteed to drop some kind of enchanted item. And possibly several enchanted things. Could be armor pieces, shields, possibly a bow or something, maybe. But I recall, like, cuirass and boots and shields and stuff like that. Like they're all wearing... Yeah, glass and stuff. I don't see any Daedric stuff here either. What a shame. I'll take that. Me and my Atronak taught y'all a lesson. The elven stuff here. That ebony battle axe does not look bad. It's got kind of a cool look. It'd be really cool if all that gold was blood red. That would be cool. My opinion, of course, but I might have to run with something like that. Big ebony black battle axe with gold veins. I mean, with red veins inlaying it. More like the Daedric weapons in like Skyrim, that type of thing. Having that glowing blood red look. It's all Orcish. That's almost a whole Orcish set, isn't it? Yeah, well. Even if we don't find anything we can use, we can at least say we stopped in here. I guess after this, it's back to the grind, closing Oblivion gates. Getting prepared for some kind of epic showdown at Bruma, I imagine. This was fun going through the game with a two-hander, which is something I really hadn't done before. But like I was talking about extensively in our last video, is it really opened up some ideas. I mean, I kind of want to like go a completely different direction. The whole going without a shield has been a nice challenge. One less piece of equipment to enchant and so on and so forth. Making you kind of decide exactly what you want to put on what. And how you're going to roll and how you're going to do things. And I'm thinking introducing a clothing setup. There's going to be huge advantages. For one, it's not all about challenge. I mean, part of it is about the added bonus of basically your equipment having no carry weight from the start. So that opens up a lot of inventory for, for loot, for stuff, to sell, money, right? But movement speed is going to be a huge thing. We've been running around like a turtle in a tar pit basically this entire game. Except when we've used some feather potions, which has increased our speed probably 300%. I mean, it's ridiculous. And that's basically how you run about with clothes on all the time. And so with clothes and a dagger, you're just zipping in and out, and it'd be easier to dodge stuff. We're probably going to need to also, especially early on, where until we can get into the Arcane University and actually get some shield enchantments to give ourselves some form of armor rating to take a hit here and there, we're going to have to stay basically unhittable. And be real careful because, well, we're not going to have any armor. We'll start with prisoner's rags, and then we'll get out, and we'll try to move up in the world and gain some clothing that looks halfway all right. But it sounds fun to me, and then just run around with a damn dagger and do our thing. Lean a little more on alteration spells, shielding spells. The Breton comes with a shielding passive, Dragon Skin. Got that, so that's kind of built in. Look at that. Greaves and a cuirass. That's one of the bosses I was talking about. And that shield could have easily been a mirror shield. It would have been nice to find one of those so I could show you guys. It's one of the few items I remember from back then saying, wow, that's actually pretty useful. Reflect spells and damage. So if you have some more of that stuff on the rest of your gear, you become, almost invincible. Now I'm kind of leaning the other way. I'm trying to be anything but invincible. Unless I go about it the hard way. Like you say, well, dude, man, you're like immune to magic. Well, yeah, I think we earned that too. Like, we don't think we got the mundane ring till level 22. And we took our share of hits, you know, up until then, doing our thing. Being a Breton with the built-in 50% resistance off the top has been a huge boon, though. I don't know that I would even start on this difficulty with any other race, to be honest. I could just imagine trying to play an Altmer with the magic weakness on top of this. Oh my gosh! Imagine. I mean, you're getting one-shotted by anything resembling magic. Period. If you get hit with an enchanted weapon, you're dead. Get hit with any kind of spell, you're dead. Get hit with a magic touch by anything like a Daedra, a Wraith, whatever, you're dead. I mean, that just sounds brutal. I'm not saying it's not doable, but you're talking about probably a lot of suffering. And you think I lean heavily on summons now? Man, if you couldn't take a hit from... Oh, man, you'd have to send your summons in there and make sure it drew all the threat of all the mages. Period. Or else, yeah, you're just going to just die a lot. That would... Playing Altmer sounds to me like it'd be just really, really brutal. I'm kind of glad this dog didn't attack me. There's always this dog in this little tent here. And sometimes he's hostile when I come in, and it sucks because I hate having to kill him. He's got he or she has a name. Let's here I'm going to drop some venison so I have something to chew on. Daedric Claymore, that's kind of nice. Yeah, there could have been a skill book in there. Daedric short sword, which is a relatively rare weapon. Let me see what's typical in there. That mirror shield could potentially be in there. Any number of soul gem, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's one of the better loot drop chances in the game, actually. Yeah, this is just a great spot to come get stuff. You're gonna walk out of here with your arms full of valuable gear. That's just guaranteed. I guess if you came here at level 5, well, you'd probably walk out of here with nothing but iron and maybe a few steel items, and hopefully one, you know, I don't know, enchanted chest piece that gives you 5% fire resistance or something, you know, just some garbage. But later on in the game, it's really worth stopping in here. So that's about it. Just thought I'd talk your ear off. Just hanging out, really. Wanted to share one of my favorite places here. Just because. Just to do it. Probably head to, I guess, Shadenall next. I think that's one of, what is it? Shadenall and Imperial City? I guess I haven't checked in there either. I think they have an Oblivion gate near that ruin that we first explored when we very first started the game. It's one of my favorite places to stop at the very beginning. I think I saw an Oblivion gate right there. Don't know if that's the one they'll have us close. There may be a couple around the Imperial City. And if there is, I don't know that we'll close them all. I've got 2 backpacks full of sigil stones now, more than I'll ever use. Not really worried so much about those. I just kind of like to get all of our help sent to Bruma so we can just carry on to the next stage. We also have a few other things to think about. Mage's Guild. We can finish that. I don't know if you guys want to, but we could always do that. Go confront Mana Marco. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. If you want to subscribe, you can click that button up top. If you want to catch the rest of this playthrough, you can click that image in the middle. It should send you straight to the playlist. Start from the beginning if you want to. That'd be awesome. Appreciate you watching my stuff and hanging out, and I will see you on the next one. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.